Got the BSZ in the house.
Oh, finally, yes. Dude, I've been pushing every fucking button known to man.
That might be the
Where the fuck
problem.
it? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously,
I'm kidding
I'm
too.
putting the fucking link in. Yeah, no problem. I'm
I
gonna
got
do the
Simon on too because I figured we might as well just do this right.
okay. All right,
So,
sounds good.
so anyway, let's just talk about this. I can edit out whatever. You want to go ahead and kick it off, Cal, and then
Yep.
just go ahead and riff on this because there's definitely some
All right.
bullshit last night.
Yep. Quick recap of last night's Boston game, man. It was ridiculous. The first two periods looked like a monkey fucking a football. Terrible passing, stupid decisions. That old saying, the first game back from a long road trip is a real thing. And I don't know, for the first two periods, it did. It was sad. Let me get into some real quick. McLeod, I love the guy. He's fast. He's been playing good all year. Worst game I've seen him play all year. He must have turned the puck over 3 or 4 times with these bad decision, cross ice passes. They got intercepted. I think one led to a goal. Um, it was just everybody looked like terrible. I mean, the first period they kind of looked okay, but like Darlene came in and he passed it when he should have shot it, and it got tipped. And a lot of our real close scoring opportunities in the first, they were tipped instead of keeping it simple, stupid. I think they were trying to put on a show for the home crowd. I don't know, but they looked terrible. Second period or the third period looked way better. They looked like themselves. And yes, Benson, the babyface assassin, buried one, then took a vicious cross check in the back, and then that led to the other second Zucker goal. So that was cool. But Bill, how about those refs again? Holy Toledo!
Yeah, yeah. I was asking how you got the gist of the game because it's pretty subtle what they do, how they manipulate, and they don't tend to highlight the bad calls or the non-calls or the whatever that they're making. I mean, it was heavily slanted for Boston, and I don't know if that's just for the market share thing or putting them in a position. Generally during the regular season, the first good part of it, they let them play. It's not all that slanted. And then, right towards playoff time, when it starts to get right down to it, then you start to notice the calls going a certain direction, the direction that they want to lead the game in. And, it's subtle. It's a missed cross check call here. It's a slash there that wasn't. It's a trip that wasn't. It's a, and it's, they're not going to highlight those things on the NHL website or any of the, so without being able to see it firsthand, it's hard to pick up all those little subtle things that they did or didn't do to cause a shift.
I agree with you. And the thing is with that too is if they would have started calling more of these slashes and cross checks in the beginning, they let so many go. So the only thing that does is induce the Bruins to keep doing it until it gets called. And then they finally do it when it's like over the top. And it's like, dude, right after that, I mean, there was like 3 or 4 more slashes and 3 or 4 more cross checks that weren't called. It's the same thing with interference in football. You got to call it early. You got to keep the game. Just be consistent, dude. It's just like a strike zone. Be consistent. I don't give a crap if you want to call it one way or the other. Just be consistent. And it's just driving me nuts. I don't know.
The third period, the reffing was real bad in the third period. There was calls against the Sabres that shouldn't have been called. There were penalties that there was on one rush that Buffalo had after taking the lead. They had a rush where there was an interference right in front of the net, which wasn't called, and then a cross check, which was pretty bad in the corner that just, the guy, is the near side board. So you saw the guy coming behind him. You see the cross check, and then the guy just disappears, because he fell down.
It's another thing too. One thing I noticed real quick too was, man, Boston was just bitching and chirping at the refs. Like that McAvoy, is he going to run for like city councilman in the city of Boston? He's like, wah! He's whining. He's like, oh, you called it on the 3-on-1 break. Yeah. You pulled the guy down practically to keep the third guy who was fast as hell, McLeod, from joining the play. It just seems like our guys weren't complaining to the refs, and those guys were like the whiny biggest bunch of bitches I've ever seen in my life.
So when was the last time? It's related to the odd calls. When was the last time you saw a 3-on-3 during a regular?
No, they didn't do it. They put it up there, but that was another thing. The referee crew, I don't know what the hell they were on. A couple too many cocktails before the game or whatever, but no, they never implemented that. They went to 4-on-4. They screwed it up. They put it up on the screen 3-on-3, but they never implemented it. Because there was 20 seconds left in that first penalty, so they played 4-on-4. The guys came out of the box, and they went from there. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I was perplexed too when I first saw it. But they never implemented.
But you can't. Yeah. You see, they didn't. The coverage was terrible. The announcing was terrible. Oh my God! Were you watching on TNT too? Because that one guy was brutal. The broadcast was there.
Oh, I think so too. And oh my God, the only thing worse than this idiot bringing up the drought for 14 years, the drought. Then they kept going on. Then it was even more ridiculous. That woman would shut up. She was just talking and talking. And, you ever been sitting there watching a movie with a...
He dropped. Am I dropped?
He got so passionate. He's back.
I'm sorry. Sorry if I swore there with an F-bomb, but that broad was totally blowing me up. And then the only thing worse than the idiot bringing up the drought was this river hockey shit. I must have heard that 5 times. Listen, some jerk off that doesn't know anything about hockey, it's pond hockey, brought it up like 2 weeks ago. Oh, the Sabres play river hockey. Dude, there's no such thing as river hockey, you moron. And this idiot repeats it like 17 times, like a 3-year-old with... I don't even want to get even started. I get me so pissed off. Those announcers on TNT are brutal. I'd rather have Dan Dunleavy and Rob Ray any day of the week. These guys suck on TNT. The only ones worse than them, I mean, at least ESPN, they're like, you can kind of be a little unbiased. These idiots, I don't even think they've ever even seen a hockey game before. It was like pathetic.
It was great. Even Simon's mom was texting saying these announcers are horrible. And
is that true, Bill? Your mom texted you about the announcers?
She was great. On about them just the same. But
oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
They were
terrible.
Brutal. People that don't know hockey trying to cover hockey. I mean, even interviewing the coach, not during a commercial break, but during gameplay and covering the chick doing the interview while the team's scoring.
Yep, that screwed up that whole scoring up. I agree. They ruined the broadcast.
Trying to watch the game, and you couldn't even watch the game. They were doing their own thing, right?
Right, but they were repeating themselves. Like, seriously, they were repeating themselves dozens of times on the same stupid talk. Oh, Buffalo hasn't made it. It's all about ending the drought. They haven't ended the playoffs in 14 years. Oh, really? Hell, how about that river hockey?
Bringing the physicality. Pasternak's bringing the physicality.
Yeah, I know. They were so far up. His freaking, you know what? And it was just like, give me a break. Okay, he won a cup in 08. Woohoo! Hey, wow, great. Who cares? The guy's ancient. He's about as relevant as the burning out of a red star 300,000 years ago. It's like, they're not going to win. I can't stand Boston if, whatever.
Well, I'm not surprised. And we had talked about this a bit ago. We had mentioned it, which is, that the reffing towards, determining who's going to be in what position in the playoffs and then in the playoffs, right? Like, they let them play during the year and they figure, well, there's plenty of time to make up for it. But then you start to see their hand coming in.
No, I think you might be onto something on that one, because everybody wants to see a repeat of last night's game because they're a little feisty. Yeah, okay, you know what? We'll make sure that they get a point so they're not completely out of the playoffs, because, they have such a high market share in the hockey. And it's true, Boston's like, right, not as high as Buffalo, but they're like right up there. I mean, as far as fan base and watching, televising and everything else. And all right, that's it. I'm gonna have an ulcer, so we'll end this. We'll start this back up on Detroit on Friday. Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.